and welcome back to It's Not Rocket Science, 5 questions over coffee. I have got my favourite coffee beer mug in front of me with coffee in it, and but the person I'm talking to today, I don't think needs any coffee. She is probably the most dynamic networking person I've ever come across, and it's a real pleasure to have you on, Felicity Francis.
Thank you. How do I follow that title?
Well, you start off by telling us what sort of businesses you help and who is it that you are trying to reach and help with your businesses.
Well, quite a small circle of 400 million small businesses are my target market. But currently my focus is the 5.6 million businesses in the UK. Obviously further afield, very welcome, but I'm very big on supporting small businesses who fit into lots of different categories, whether it be startup or the well-established, but those of us who are growing our businesses and the ones I feel who lack the most help out there.
Yeah, and what is it that you think that those businesses aren't doing enough of that you're trying to help them with? What is it that they're trying but somehow failing to do?
Can I say networking? No, I won't
You can
say
say
networking.
networking. Yes, you can say.
I think there's lots of different things going on in that market at the moment because there is a what I deem is we are put down as being a minority, but in actuality, the small business market makes up 99.3% of the businesses in the UK alone. So what I find is that because we are treated so much as a minority, we don't actually realize how strong we are. So I find that market tend to feel very segmented, very alone. They don't feel like they've got the opportunity to do things, when in actuality, if they had maybe a little bit more support, a little bit more guidance, and a little bit more opportunity to sort of combine their services together and support each other, the world is then their oyster.
Yeah, and I think you're right, isn't it? What is it you're trying to do to help them at the moment? What are you reaching out to them with? And at this point, I'm going to put a little banner across the bottom of the screen.
Oh, I guess, do I get a banner?
So
How
people
exciting. Oh, well, so I am Talk Networking. So my passion with Talk Networking has been to change how business networking works. I know there are some groans over the way of networking, and going back 12 and a half years now, it's 2010 when I started up Talk Networking. It was about making sure that it actually followed what the small businesses wanted. So I think that, making it flexible, making it affordable, taking away membership, giving people opportunities of attending as they needed it, and also it fits in with them. We don't all sit there with wonderful diaries that stay empty. But to me, the most important thing amongst networking is variety. Variation with networking is really key because of the fact that we all want different outcomes in business. Are we looking to build up our support network, which in theory should be the main focus? But are we lead generating? Are we looking to build up our awareness? What are we looking for? And if you keep doing the same format with the same group of people, it means that you're limiting that opportunity. So the whole Talk Networking vibe is being able to have different formats that give different end results and that have different people in every single time.
Yeah, and one of the things we do here on It's Not Rocket Science is we talk to people about the valuable free action or free resource that you're able to offer some of these people. I know there are some great offers going on at Talk Networking. Introduce us to what you can get by just getting onto talknetworking.co.uk and signing up as somebody who's interested in networking.
So what I offer is a free event, and that free event is all focused on one-to-ones, building up those one-to-ones during the event. That's a lot of us. That's what we're after. We need that to support network and those opportunities of finding people to collaborate with and building that trust with. So our free event is focused on booking those one-to-ones in during the event. And our record's actually been 391 booked in during one 90-minute session with 60, I think there were 63, maybe 64 people. So it was a massive opportunity of being able to actually leave your networking, having had your sleeves rolled up during it, and you come out with stuff. You've got something to do. So proactive networking is my thing.
So just give me that one again. 391 one-to-one bookings following 90 minutes of networking between how many people?
It's either 63 or 64.
That is a fairly phenomenal number of agreed one-to-one meetings that you can get out of just 90 minutes of your day.
Yep. So, and we run those once a month at the moment, but that will be starting to go out via the counties, building up connections everywhere, and it runs entirely for free.
Wow. So, What inspired you? Was there a book or a program or something like that that inspired you to start down this course?
So there were lots of different things. I mean, I've attended courses and met with other people. I think a lot of my experience has been through watching other people. But I will say that something really, really stuck with me over the years was a book that I read. And I'm actually sitting next to it because it lives on my desk. But my book is Fish, and it's a phenomenal book. I actually went through with a highlighter and highlighted all of the pages and the little bits that I liked. But it's about the way that you communicate with people. And although this is written about communicating with people in terms of an employed role, this actually is relevant in any role. And I've used it particularly with working with my team, but I actually use it with my networkers as well. And it's about the way that we support one another. It's not about being selfish. It's about what we give to support the morale around us.
Brilliant. Look, I've asked you questions, but I suspect there is a question you are thinking, he hasn't asked me about such and such yet. So here is the opportunity which I give to people to get them to ask their own question. And then, of course, you have to answer your own question because I'm not here to do any work. So, Felicity, what is the question you want me to ask you? And once you've asked it, what is your answer?
Oh, that's a great question to ask. I'd like you to ask me, what am I doing to make the difference?
I like the question. What is your answer?
My answer to that is lots. So I am very adamant that I see lots and lots of networking going on out there, and it's not a disregard to any group. All of them have their value and their place. But what I tend to find out in the world of networking is that it doesn't suit the majority. It tends to be segmented. It's got lockouts to it, or the cost factor, or the timing factor, or the demands that go along with it. They don't fit your criteria, even the return that you get back from your networking. So what I'm doing with Talk Networking at the moment is advancing the events that we have and the formatting that we have. And then it's going to start expanding. So what I'm going to be doing in the very near future is having this go out amongst the counties, building up across the UK, building up that rapport. To me, we're not segmented in our regions. We are now working worldwide. And I've only just come out of working in, one event only in the last half an hour with people in Portugal and Canada and all sorts. What I want to see from us as businesses is our ability to work further. If you're a UK-based business and can only work around the counties that you are. If you're able to work worldwide, let's get you meeting those other people. Let's break you into more countries. But I think that now is the time to change the way that we view networking. So I am in the process of changing not only the formats, the return on networking, but also the reach that we have as businesses, so that those leads and those connections that we have, that trust that we build up amongst each other, and those recommendations and referrals are within reach constantly.
Felicity, I think it's a great message. I love it. I love the fact that you're focused on those only 400 million businesses. It's only 399,990. Anyway, that many to go now that you can actually sort of to reach. I think it's a brilliant message. I love what Talk Networking does. Listen, everybody, you really do need to go to talknetworking.co.uk. It's there at the bottom of the screen, talknetworking.co.uk. Have a look at some of the formats and networking events. If you're not used to networking, you will find it's probably the best fun you can have without actually having to sort of pretend you're not doing work. Having said all of that, I'm now going to just encourage you as well to get onto the mailing list so that you can get an email from me on a Monday morning. It comes out on a Monday and it basically says who's going to be talking to us this week and what they're going to be bringing in terms of value to you. And you can get onto that if you go to tca.fyi, and that's tca.fyi/subscribe. You get the details there, get onto the mailing list, and every Monday you'll get an email about who it is that's going to be on It's Not Rocket Science 5 Questions Over Coffee this week. Felicity, thank you so much for spending time. I know you've just said you've just rushed away from one event, and I guess you're very busy because I know you've got quite a lot on. So thank you for spending just a few minutes with us and describing it. I hope that we get a lot more people coming along and helping their business to grow by doing better networking because they've heard from you. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Much appreciated.